Today I'm applying this G2 Caliper paint, and I got a custom color. They offer for pretty much double the cost, any color you want. So I picked Mercedes Bordeaux Red Metallic. There's a color code 567. And I'm mixing the paint currently. So I just poured the entire reactor into the paint, stirred it, and now I'm waiting the 5 minutes they instruct to let it react and then mix it again. So I've cleaned these calipers the best I could. They're still a little dirty. And they were painted red once before, but we'll see how it goes. And they did include some brake clean in the package. So this actually did do quite a bit in terms of cleaning the calipers. When you're spraying the brake clean, be sure to be careful of all the rubber pieces, like on the pistons, because it can deteriorate that rubber. So I kind of applied it pretty conservatively, and I took a wire wheel on a drill and got as much dirt as I could out. So we'll see how this goes. All right, just got done with the first coat, and this is how they look so far. Not too bad, they're a little brown. I went a little heavy on the first coat. But so by the time it takes me to do all 4 calipers, the 15 minutes they say to wait between coats passes, so I'm just gonna have to keep going, and I'll keep you updated. All right, I think I just did my last coat. I used the entire can, and that took quite a while, but now we're gonna let it cure for 2 hours before putting back the wheels. Here's how they look. So if you notice, they have metallic on it, which is really nice. So when I was initially applying it, the first few coats, you could not see the metallic at all. But towards the end there, like the last 2 coats, that's when it really started piling on. So really happy with that. So now we'll let it dry and see how it looks. So they do look good. But if you touch the brakes while they're still curing, it won't be as smooth. So unfortunately I have to touch them, but the color at least looks nice. So here's how the calipers look after they've been freshly painted. So I waited the 2 hours to put the wheels back on, but now I'm gonna have to drive it. So we'll see how they hold up, but they look pretty good. All right, we made it back. It was about a 20-minute drive. So hopefully the calipers do well. It does smell like paint, not burning paint, but so it looks like it's still holding up. So that's nice, and there's no splatter anywhere, which is good. And I don't know if you can pick this up on camera. Switch to the macro camera, but there's metallic flake in it, which I'm super happy about. I think that looks great with the black wheels. All right, it's been about 2 days since I painted these calipers, so they had full time to cure. And I did drive on them, so they did get heated up, but they look really good actually. And I'm glad it's a glossy finish, so it does match the wheels kind of nice. And the color is really good. So now I got a light on it, and you can see the metallic flake on it, which I'm really happy about. That is what I wanted. So this color is actually pretty accurate to the actual paint color on the car when cars come in this Mercedes Bordeaux Red. So I'm really happy about that. Let's pull it out in the sun and see what it looks like. All right, so here it is in the sunlight. And we can see it looks good. So yeah, unfortunately the wheel covers up most of it, but I think the result is still very nice. And here is the rear. Nice and glossy. And the metallic effect is still showing, which is really nice. Alright, so I'm pretty happy with the overall result. Things did go a little bit more difficult for me just because before I decided to paint the brakes, I thought it would be a good idea to flush the brake fluid, which don't do that because, well, it could get pretty messy. And unfortunately, I had to replace a caliper. So that's what really took me a long time. But overall process of painting the brakes was really simple. Just make sure you get them really clean. I would recommend buying like 3 or 4 cans of the brake cleaner. They only include one. That really helps get the calipers nice and clean and ready to paint. So when I was spraying the brake clean, like all the black stuff was just coming right off the caliper, and it was nice and silver. So I think a good prep work really helps improve your results and the longevity of this product. I think it's really cool that it's glossy. So like there's like a clear coat type thing to it. So I think it's really cool that G2 offers to make custom colors. So all you have to do is just give them paint code and they'll make it for you. It is about double the cost of what they just pre-make. But if you want a custom color like I did, I think it's well worth the money. So I think a lot of the negative reviews of this product just come from like people just not following directions and cleaning the calipers properly. I understand why people say it's just better to pay someone to powder coat these, because powder coating will last longer. It is a stronger and more durable type coating. But the limits of powder coating are you can't always just get custom colors like this. Like you can get close, but they want 100% match. And another thing too, I would also say please give yourself adequate time to do this. Don't do this when you're rushed. Ideally, like you would set the whole day aside just to paint and another whole day for the paint to cure. Rushing would just cause the finish to get messed up, and I wasn't in a rush. Unfortunately, there were some areas where I had to go back and touch it up, but luckily, because the paint was still wet after I touched it up, it still looked pretty nice. So these are not a perfect application, but they're still very good. I'm very happy with how they turned out. All right, that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them below.